What's up, everyone? Welcome to another District Gooner Pod. It's your two favorite DC Gooners, episode 19. Steven, say hi to the people.
Howdy.
We are recording on Wednesday night. It's match week 15. There's two games left still in it. Newcastle will play Everton and Spurs play West Ham tomorrow when this drops. So wishing everyone a good Thursday, wherever you're listening, whatever you're doing.
Yeah, man. Happy hump day. It's been a big football week, man. There's so much going on.
It has been fun, dude. Of course, we're here to talk about the league leaders again. Another week sitting up top after a thriller, dude. 4-3 victory at
game.
Luton Town.
What a game. What'd
you make of the performance, bro?
It was good, man. It was a much better game than I anticipated. I'll be honest. I haven't watched Luton at all. It was fun. The way they played, I kind of got new feels of this is new Burnley ball, man. I had that Sean Dyche vibe to it. Like they don't care. They're taking no prisoners. We're gonna play the game dirty. We're gonna rough it up. This is what we do. So it was kind of cool. Also, starting the game off, camera angle, wild, absolutely wild. Starting the game off, crowd is buzzing. They're crazy. Small stadium, camera angle's terrible. So I kind of like that. It's a good vibe.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't believe the angle, man. It just Bournemouth, big Bournemouth vibes. So, and yeah, dude. Speaking of roughing, and dude, they were out there. They were out there from like the get go. They put Nelly on his ass, dude.
Yes,
That man was hurting, bro, holding his back like that 5 minutes into the game. Like, ref, are you serious, dude? So that's just what we gotta expect, though, man.
Yeah, I think when he stayed down, I did not expect that, to be honest with you, for as long as he did. But obviously he got him pretty good. I guess to get into the game, first goal, 20th minute, Nelly, he avenged himself. I guess what's your take on the goal? Anything?
No, I thought it was a good goal. I'm trying to kind of remember it now, to be honest.
It was that ball back to the keeper. He played it out for the throw-in. Jesus was on it quick. Threw it into Saka. Nice little cross.
They switched off, man.
Yeah,
they switched off. So it was cool, and it was a roller. It rolled right into the corner. He got his studs on it. Yeah. So it was good. He was even 5 minutes after, he was still limping around and stuff. So, but he's so tough, dude. So it was awesome to see the goal from us, but then the game just, I don't know, man. It wasn't great. I don't think it was an amazing performance by any means.
Oh no. Are you going off of my take of it was a good game?
It was a good game, but
as a viewer, I thought that this game was fun to watch.
It's fun to watch, but I didn't really have a lot of fun because I was watching this guy David Raya, and for me, what a terrible performance, dude. Are you kidding me?
Do we want to jump straight into it?
Yeah, the game ended 4-3 with a Declan Rice winner, and we'll get to that at the very end because I have a couple of questions about Dex, but I want to talk about the goalkeeper, bro, because not good enough. Not good enough. Against Luton on a corner, that was soft. The ball going under him, what was that about? And then, I get the passing was good. I feel here's the thing about the game. Zinchenko made mistakes in the last game, and in this one, he didn't start. So I feel by that logic, David Raya shouldn't start against Villa. And I'm going to come out here and say Ramsdale should start because he wasn't up for it. And it's about, don't get comfortable, bro. Don't get comfortable now. Like, yeah, Rams didn't look great against Brentford, but you don't get comfortable either, big man. We can't. It's tough out here, man, because we're not even facing that many shots, and we keep putting ourselves in these little holes. And yeah, I mean, you have on here on the dock, like, how much can we keep getting away with it? And I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know how much we can keep getting away with it. So first goal, not his problem. It's bad defending. Just straight up bad defending from us. That dude had a free header. Good header. It was a great header. He had a ton of power on it, I thought. Well placed. Second goal, he's got to do better there. When he came out, it's almost like he didn't know he was there. That's the feel I got, right? He goes up for that ball. It's like he didn't know that attacker was there, which was weird.
It's crazy to me that he didn't know he was there.
Yeah, because he could have and he should have gotten that ball. But that's a typical mistake I think you see on those balls in the air. That's a typical keeper mistake. The last one is tough. The last one's tough because that ball went under him. What? And I'm not trying to crank up the excuse machine here, but Ben White should have been better. He absolutely should have been better. I have an issue with Ben White here because, and I've said this on here a few times, he doesn't get tight enough. He's not tight enough. He's within the 6-yard box, man. Like, he's within that distance, and he's letting this dude get a free shot. Like, why do you keep backing up? You have to step in at some point, right? Like, as a defender, I'm backing too far close to my goal. You're giving him a free shot, so you got to get out to him. Should he have stopped it? Yeah, Raya should have stopped the shot. Like, I'm fine with that, but defending's not good enough.
Defending, I feel like you're being very harsh a little bit just because, look, Ross Barkley is a right-footed player. He's a right-footed player. I bet why he shut off the right shot. It was actually kind of similar to like Rashford's when Ben White got in this. You know how him and Saliba on that one play, like they take up the same exact play? Maybe it wasn't against Manchester United, but it was like earlier in the year. They were both defending, and they both lined up the same way. And this was kind of the same thing. He knows Ross Barkley's right-footed, so he closes off the right side and says, okay, go and take me on your left, on your weak foot. Gets a shot that's rolling on the ground, and he goes in, dude. Like, you got to have some kind of belief in your goalkeeper. Your goalkeeper's going to save that. Like I get it, but he's showing him enough to just say, my goalkeeper's got it. Like, you got to have that kind of faith in your goalkeeper. So, I don't know. It's inexcusable.
Yeah, the defending's not good enough. I think you should watch it back. The defending's not good. Like, he has to do better there. I don't understand. Like, if Tomiyasu's there, that's not happening. If that happens to Zinchenko, we're saying, what the hell, Zinchenko? He's a left back that can't defend, yada, yada, yada. Like, Ben White, you got to be better there, bro. But the shot, yeah, I'm not going to say Raya shouldn't have stopped that because you expect, when you watch the angle from behind, it's so sad because his foot is where the ball goes, man. And he moves his foot to drop down. It's like, if you just make a foot save there, he would have had it. But hey, I'm not a keeper, so I don't know anything about goalkeeping, to be honest. So I'm not going to tell him how he should have saved it, but it's definitely a savable ball because it was within his 2 feet planted within that distance.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to go low like that, maybe the better move would have been to just move his left foot a little bit more and try to scoop the ball instead of getting all the way down with his whole body behind the ball. Like, I don't know.
To me, that's it. Getting all the way down. That's a long way to go for a ball that's at your foot. So, but hey, like, I'm not a goalkeeper, so I don't know for sure.
Yeah. No, that's fair, dude. One thing about the game coming out of it, going back to last pod and just keeping the same energy, I just want to remind everyone that there is no Declan Rice winner without a Kai Havertz equalizer. And I thought Kai had a really, really great game. It was physical. He was up for it. He got stuck in. There were a couple of balls that he just beat his players to and drew fouls for us. The little like 4-4-2 that we look like at times with him up top with Jesus just looks so much better than him with anyone else at this moment in time. And I just want to big up Kai. And that little goal that he scored, he's so good at finding those spaces, dude.
Yeah. Big up Kai. It looks so much better than it did before. It's just watching him himself when he actually picks up a ball, he turns and starts dribbling forward. It's like first 5 games, he just immediately one touch passing it somewhere or controls it and then passes it backwards. Like he looks so shaky now. Like he's actually picking up balls, turning. And then like you're saying, I like that they can swap. I like when we play long ball, like Raya plays a long ball from the back. He can be the target man. Sometimes they swap from target man to target man or winning the second ball. Kai is great at winning the second ball. When Jesus is the one trying to control it, seems like Kai is always positionally aware of where to be on the goal, right? On his goal. He's just positionally aware. I think him and Jesus obviously got some kind of connection. So I think it's starting to happen a little bit, right? I think he's getting integrated into the squad. We're 15 games in, some Champions League games as well. It's starting to happen for him.
Yeah, there were a few nice dribbles that he had yesterday, on Tuesday, where he like dropped 3 players on one of them, and he was just striding through. It's been really, it was really nice to see him and his performance. And I hope it continues because, man, we're going to need it against Villa. Those guys are going to be up for it at the weekend, dude. I want to touch on Kiwior a little bit because he got the start. Did you?
Yes.
Were you satisfied with his performance? What'd you make of it? In the pre-match, to me, there was a shot in the tunnel where it's Declan Rice, it's Kiwior, Saliba, and Gabriel, and Kiwior just looks like a young boy just standing next to these guys, dude. But I thought he did okay.
Yeah, I think that's the word to say. Like, he did okay. Like, he did good enough. He seems like he's a player that doesn't go out of his means, which I do appreciate. He doesn't play above his means, out of his means. He's not trying anything crazy. Like, I know what I am. I know what I can do in my ability. And he doesn't go above and beyond to make those mistakes. Because I'm sure he knows, right? Like, if anything happens, everyone's going to be looking at me. So he's playing within himself. I like that. Nothing stellar. Seems like he's calm on the ball. Plays the easy pass. Maybe one day we can see him really sling the thing around, See how the left foot works. But yeah, I thought he had a solid game. Jumping into the sub though, I do think the sub for Zinchenko was a class move.
It was necessary, dude.
Yeah.
Kiwior, one of the things about his performance, especially in the first half, there were a couple of times where Gabriel would get the ball and there was a passing lane that Zinchenko gets into, like when he inverts. He wasn't inverting as much. I felt like in the first 15 minutes, Mikel told him something. Like, he was telling him to, dude, you got to invert, because the passing lane was there and he just wasn't getting into the same positions to even try to pick up the ball. And to be fair to him, we kind of saw that a little bit with Tommy too. When he had first started playing that left back position, it takes some time to get that inverted and read those passing lanes a little bit. Zinchenko had a great game too. It was a good cameo from him. The extra pass to set up Odegaard for the assist to Rice. I really thought Zinchenko was going to whip it in himself. But, he just sees it differently, dude. He sees it differently.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Really good point on Kiwior. There was a few times I saw him go into invert, and I think so Luton's playing 5 in the back. That right wing back you can see him because the camera angle's terrible, but you could see him kind of following him a little bit. And Kiwior saw him and then just drifted back into the left back spot. He's like, nah, I don't want any of this. I don't want the smoke like that. So he's obviously, I think, aware, maybe just not comfortable with it yet. And hey, if you think you're going to cost yourself, again, playing within yourself, I don't think I can, Mikel. Let me just do this. Let me play my role for now. But I'm glad he got the start because, again, I haven't watched Luton play before. But it was long ball Luton all day. it was just long ball Luton. Every time
they had bigger players than I anticipated. That's some big dudes, man.
I'm surprised. Like, I can see them winning some games possibly. Like, playing against us, they played really well. I know they got a point off of Liverpool.
I think so. Yeah.
So they can play against the big teams. I wouldn't be surprised if they can nick some points off people. Man, just banging long balls out to the left, out to the right. They're just that was their game plan, right? Bang the long ball and then press. Like, that was their game plan.
Especially at home. Especially at home. I just feel like did it feel like a cup game a little bit?
Yeah, no, the vibe. I like it. I like that crowd. Like, I like the energy, man. Little stadium, little engine that could, us against the world.
Yeah.
The vibes were good.
I agree with you, though. To be fair to them, I don't think they're the worst side in the league, just based on the first 15 games or so that we've watched.
Yeah, they have their own identity. That's what I always appreciate. Teams like that coming to the league. They were probably, I think that preseason they were predicted to be bottom of the league. Like, no, they have an identity. Like, obviously, I like the coach. He had a game plan. It was obvious that he had a game plan. So I respect to Luton.
Yeah, he was prepared, dude, because they changed their entire front line, man. Like, at the 60th mark, like, exactly, dude. It's like, this is what we're doing, boys. Yeah. I don't care what the score is. This is how we're going, and this is how we're coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Dude, on the game, there was one talking point I want to chat about. Obviously, the referees just are going to come up on this pod. Gabrielle, the little pool that, like, barely got any reviews. What did you make? Did you think that was a pen?
That's a pen. For me, it's a pen. And we'll talk about the one from last week on Jesus, right? And what I said, I didn't see the pull from, like, him jerk back. So I can't, I understand why they didn't call the foul. Now I can see this guy pulling, like, he's jumping up the ball. I feel like you can see the flight of the ball. He's on it. He's ready. And the guy is completely pulling him over. Like, you can see how he affected him. So, pen.
He jerks forward, yeah.
Yeah, it's a pen for me.
I agree with you. I thought it was a pen, too. It just looked funny, man. And, I feel like it's one of those situations, maybe the referees, maybe he's just got this, he has this profile now, Big Gabby, where I worry a little bit. Like, he does fall over a little bit. Like, he gives me, like, not like follower. There's a lot of instances with Mikel Antonio, for example, on West Ham. He's built like a rock, right? Yeah. But every now and then he just, like, falls over. And so, like, Gabrielle's got the same situation where he's getting the Shaq treatment, dude. He gets the Shaq treatment, like old school Lakers, bro. They'd be holding him, jumping on him, trying to get a rebound, and they're not even calling it, bro.
Yeah, pen for me, no doubt.
Trossard also subbed on.
Subbed on.
I didn't see anything too impressive to call out about his performance.
I thought he played well. I think he could have gave us more, but I still like that the movement. I think it changed things a little bit, opened up new spaces. You get him on. Martinelli's typically going to stay in the channel. You know how he's going to press high, press hard. Trossard, he's kind of roaming all over the field at times. Like, it was all right. I totally get you saying I didn't see much. That's fair.
Dude, he had that one, like, half chance, I thought, where it was like a cross. I think maybe Kibio or somebody whipped it into Kai, and Kai, like, headed it, and Trossard was running down the post.
Yeah, he stuck his foot out.
It's just too tight for him. Yeah, he like couldn't control. He like went for control. Sometimes I don't know. It was one of those games where he got in the right situations in the moments, but it just didn't click for him, man.
Yeah, he's gonna be getting goals. Like, he always gets chances. That's what I like about him. He's I feel like just kind of a sneaky player. He's always there. One thing about the subs though, Zinchenko, good game. Really liked him coming on, changed things. Trossard, I think it's fair enough. Nelly obviously got beat up a little bit, so fair enough. But guess who didn't come on in a 3-3 game? Eddie. Where's Eddie? Where is he?
I think it says a lot that the manager didn't put him in at a 3-3 game in the moment that we were in. And there have been situations where he has backed him, right? He has brought him on during these situations. And today he just said, no. Maybe the players that are on, just the vibes that we got going on. The thing about Eddie is sometimes it takes him a while to catch up to the speed of the game. Mm-hmm. So maybe he just felt like the game is too fast. There's a lot happening. And Eddie, the stock's low, man. When the stock's low, the stock's low. We gotta wait for the trend reversal, bro. This is not the time to double down. This is not the time to double down, bro. It always makes newer lows, bro, before it stops, okay? So, be careful.
I like that he stuck with the dudes on the field. We were creating chances, right? There were chances there. Jesus had a good game. Havertz had a good game. Saka had a good game, I thought. Let's just ride it out. A goal was here. We were sniffing. We were absolutely sniffing. And Eddie hasn't shown the past, 3-4 games that he can do the job right now. So I like it.
I think it was a Tuesday night game. Maybe he's just we don't play until Saturday. It's gonna be fine. These guys, just give me another 10 minutes. You're gonna be all right. I'm not gonna risk it for this one. Come on, man. No, that was cool. I'm glad you called that out. That's probably the fewest subs we've made this year in a game. At minimum, I've seen 3 or 4, right?
Yeah, only the 2. But then I think another way to put it is we're light. We're light right now. That's how it kind of also feels. Did you see the news on Tomiyasu? It's 4 to 6 weeks.
They got the scans back. That's what he said.
I think it's 4 to 6 weeks. I've seen 3 to 4 or 4 to 6. It's either way, he's out through the holidays, so that's not great.
Did they say what it is? Is it his calf?
It's calf. It's a calf. I think he had a calf injury previously.
Is it the same calf? I guess was my question. Yeah.
I don't know if it is, but I think I know his knee. He had a knee injury last year, but the one before that, I believe, was a calf. So that's not.
This
good.
one hurts, dude. This one hurts. Wow, hold on. It's all about DGP right now, bro. The crew is going by. Hope everybody's all right. We're gonna keep going here. The game, obviously, there's one big moment to call out. But sorry, as you were saying, Tommy, yeah. That sucks, dude. That's really upsetting.
The sirens got you.
Yeah, dude. But yes, dude. And one to watch, man. Just kicking on, finding form. You gotta feel for him, man.
It's so sad.
We're freaking thin, bro. I'm upset about this one. I don't know what to do. I mean, it sucks. It's good that Ben White is back now, but maybe he's got to sort some of his own stuff out too. But I guess we're just going to be rotating the left side because the right side is going to have to stay. Just as I was thinking, William Saliba could use a rest. Just as I was thinking, maybe Big Gabby sits a game out here. It's just not going to be happening for these guys.
Yeah, the center backs for sure. It's so sad for him because he's been playing. I said he's jumped to my number 1 outside back spot. Either side, he's my number 1. I want him on the sheet. Put his name down, Tomiyasu. He's my number 1. And then he goes and gets hurt like that. Light, man. So we got Ben White, we got Zinchenko, Kiwior outside backs. And then in the middle, Gabriel, Saliba, Kiwior, and then I guess Ben White. And don't forget Cedric.
I saw him during the celebrations, dude. It's not a late winner without a shot of Cedric, bro. Man's out here smiling. He's always so happy to be here, dude.
But yeah, a little bit thin. Do you think that changes anything in January?
Depends how much money we raise, dude. Because if Thomas Partey leaves and Ramsdale potentially leaves, and there's 70 million chilling there, I still think that gets spent on a center mid or attacker, and we ride it out with the defense, bro. Because At least we know these 4 can get it done. These 4 can get it done, dude.
Yeah, but we got a lot of football left. There's a lot of games. FA Cup, the league, Champions League. I could see this changing plans. No lie, I really could. Timber's done for the season. I don't think he's gonna come back. Tomiyasu, this injury, then he's going to the Asian Cup, so he's gonna be out for a while. So we're just looking at the 5 guys right now. Like, yikes. Not great.
Yeah, no, that'll be tough. And the FA Cup, we drew Liverpool, it looks like. So
yeah,
that's not even going to be really, I don't know, usually in like the 3rd round of the FA Cup, you're trying to give the youngsters some time here. But maybe we still will. I don't know. I actually wouldn't mind seeing an academy player kind of break through here in December. Give someone that maybe we know about or maybe we don't know about. Give them some chances. You don't know who's sitting on the touchlines waiting. Maybe.
Yeah, there was a youngster on the bench for the last game, Rule Walters. I think he's gone on a couple of the preseason tours. So maybe that's a good time to play him. Play him against PSV, man. That games mean nothing since we're top of the group.
Top of a very tricky group.
So why not throw him in? Why not
throw him in? Okay. Obviously, we got to talk about the big moments. Declan Rice winner. But a big part of that, I want to talk about that Mikel Arteta apparently celebrated too hard. And
what's the agenda? What's the agenda here? What are we doing? What are we doing?
So he's going to be missing the Villa game. And he got a yellow. I didn't even see it. Have you seen like footage of it to see like what it was like? I didn't even see the footage of it.
I have seen footage of the celebrations. I mean, it's a 97th minute winner. It's like, yeah, he's obviously buzzing and but it's nothing bad. It's not like he goes running down to the flag. Even one of the assistant coaches grabs him and is like, hey, because you can see him start to run a little bit. And they're like, no. And they obviously chill him out. So, there's an agenda there, man. And here's the bad part. So he's going to miss Villa. Okay. He's going to miss Villa. Guess who still hasn't gotten his ban from the Newcastle game? Mikel. Interesting. So that's an extra game onto his ban, in my opinion. I could see him coming out pretty soon with a couple games for him.
Let's see what happens with the Newcastle thing. It's been so long. Maybe they'll just like let it go at this point, just where things are. I mean, also like we haven't even, because he was supposed to submit his rebuttal, right? Or like his observations. Where are the observations? Is that public information? I'd love to see Mikel's observations and just understand. I'd love to understand what's been submitted. This Oppo research that we've put together. Like, show me the content, man. So they've gone awfully quiet since he submitted his observations. Like, that's saying something, bro.
Yeah, but these boys are petty. They're petty. I think he's still get a ban.
Yeah, we'll see. And it'll be so interesting what game they decide. Like, oh, this is the game you're banned now. Like, oh, okay, thank you.
Liverpool.
Dude.
Liverpool.
Yeah. Probably, man. But what, just think about the Premier League in general. And like, I don't know, been watching it for like 2 decades now. And it just feels like you've seen a lot of celebrations from managers. Like, even as early as just like last year or the year before, like Conte, he used to celebrate so hard on the touchlines with the fans. The game, there's one where Thomas Tuchel is just like running down the side after they score. So like Mourinho, celebration king.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It really is just targeting. They call that targeting in American football, dude. What else to chat about? Oh, well, maybe this is good to talk about Declan Rice. I have a question for you, man. Obviously, he's just been so huge and just showing up game after game. Now I want to put him in perspective of just English center midfielders that we've seen and in this league. I want to talk about like will Declan Rice be able to surpass the likes of Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Paul Scholes as an English central midfielder in an Arsenal shirt?
I think he could. And it all comes down to the trophies. He could, absolutely could. English team is strong. Like, the England team is good, in my opinion. I think they're good. He's obviously a strong pimp. He's going to be starting every game for them, right? In all those major tournaments, the Euros, World Cup. Declan Rice is going to be holding down the midfield. And if Arsenal can somehow, some way win a Premier League, if they can somehow, some way win a Champions League, I mean, so he's what, 24, 25? Still got time. But if he can win a European Cup, a World Cup, or I think he has to do both, in my opinion, because none of those guys won anything with England. They won nada.
Yeah.
So if he can do both, he's written. It's written.
Yeah, I agree, and I mentioned those three players because I feel like he has flashes of all three, dude. I think he's got the passing range of Paul Scholes. There were a couple of passes he made against Luton with his left foot, dude. There were a couple of left-footed passes he made switching the ball like 40 yards where you could even tell the Luton players were like, I didn't think he could do that with his weak foot. Like, they kept pushing him on his right. It's like, all right, I'll just swing it with my left 40 yards, dude. Dink. See ya. But also, like, it looks like he has the stamina of Gerrard, and he's got now apparently the goal scoring of Lampard. So, really, really, really high hopes. And I think he will be able to surpass them. To your point, it does come down to the trophies, man. It really does.
It's all about the trophies. I could see this team, Rice. You got Jude Bellingham. You got Rice. Those two in itself, those two midfielders, they could etch their name in history. Absolutely. But you have to win for England. You have to win for England because they don't win anything. So.
They don't win much.
But imagine the media.
The international stage.
The media would be going crazy.
Yeah, they would love it. All right, man. Well, the Premier League after match week 15 with 2 games to go still looks like Arsenal are up top with 36 points. Liverpool, who've played all of their 15, have 34 points, 2-point gap there. And then in third place, the folks who we're going to be visiting this weekend, dude, sit Aston Villa. Une's Aston Villa for 32 points, dude. And then there's a 6-point gap between the leaders and the champions. So City sit at 4th. That's where we are today. How are you feeling about Saturday's game?
Good evening. I think it's going to be good. I'm hype about it. I think it's cool. I think it's cool that Villa's there. Like, why not? Why not us? Why not us? But hey, they just took. I didn't watch the game today. How was the game overall?
The City game, I caught maybe a little bit of the first half and none of the second half, but I watched the highlights. Okay. And the thing about Villa is, dude, they're fast up top. I mean, I've seen some of their games in general this year, and they're very fast up top. So that's one challenge that's going to be very interesting to watch, how they press our back line. I'm sad that Mikel won't be on the touchline because I would have loved to see the handshake after the game between him and Une. Like, that's the other side. Like, you're taking that away from the fans, dude, of having the moment of Mikel versus Une. Like, great, congratulations. Like, enjoy your talking points. So that sucks. But it'll be cool to have him, in the stands with a different vantage point. And I think he can, have maybe a halftime talk. So that's kind of cool. I still expect this to show out. I think Zinchenko returns to the starting line. I think Kai Havertz starts. I don't think Trossard starts in the 8 role. He should come off the bench because we're light, and I want to see him be an option to come in and maybe get a winner. And then, I think it's same line as it started. It's just as Zinchenko comes back into the side. And for me, Ramsdale plays. I
stick with Raya. Zinchenko in. Havertz stays as well. Same exact lineup, but Zinchenko in at left back. So I'm looking at their lineup from today. They basically played 4 defenders, 4 center mids, and 2 attacking players. So I think they're trying to control the midfield. I didn't see the game, but that's just from looking at this lineup. That's how I assume they played, knowing how City is going to dominate the ball.
The end of the game, John McGinn was just doing the most McGinn stuff, man. So I'm worried about Saka a little bit against this guy. And the real butcher, bro. The real butcher.
The bowling ball of the Premier League, John McGinn. But I think they're going to try to load up the middle of the field. I'm assuming they're going to play very similar to this lineup. And they're going to try to load up the center midfield, control it, muddy it up, and then kick it out to their 2 guys, Watkins and Bailey. I saw like 2 highlights, and Bailey seemed like he had like 2 shots from counterattacks, like banging them from outside. That's basically all I had seen. But hey, I think
it's the counters, dude. It's the counters. I'm just worried about the transition a little bit.
I'm gonna give Villa a goal in it. I'll go with a 2-1. 2-1 game.
2-1 game. I think 3-1. 3-1. I think we go up 2-0. The first half ends 2-0, and then they score in the second half.
as they do. The worst kind of 2-1 game.
As they do, and then it ends 3-1 with a late Trossard. Trossard seals the game. So that's how I see it playing out.
Arsenal dub. That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line, dude.
You want to hit the bottle? You looking for a 4-0? Nah, let's hit the bottle. 4-0.
Yeah. We'll see. All right, man. Well, with that, thanks so much for spending time with us. And if you like the podcast, please rate and leave a review. Also, share it on social. It's the best way for others to find out about us. Did you have fun, dude?
So much fun.
I'll see you for episode 20.
Be easy.